going on, traders? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for your time and support. But as usual, I'm going to go ahead and provide you guys with the recap and let you guys know exactly how it went for me today. So let's jump right into it. And as you guys can see from the screen, today was a pretty brutal, day for my account. As you guys can see, down nearly $900 on the day. In terms of how I did day trading wise, I only traded SQs and TQs as usual, right? I lost $94 on SQs and $91 on TQs. So definitely did not have a good day trading wise, right? And swing trades wise, it was red all across the board. So you guys can see I had a ton of orders today. So I really was over trading today, right? You guys can see I started trading at 6:30, right? And I didn't stop until 9:44. So I was trading for over 3 hours. And, with those 3 hours of trading, it led to nothing, right? Just a big, nice, red loss on the day. But let me go ahead and break down my thought process, what led to me actually making those mistakes and how I can improve, and then just where the market's headed at overall, right? But as far as what I saw going on pre-market, it was trading pretty choppy and sideways the way it has been all week, right? So I wasn't super surprised to see that. But as you guys can see, right at 5:30, the market started to push up, right? With some nice movement. And you may want to ask yourself, well, why exactly did that happen? Well, there was a report that came out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, right? Which is 1 hour before the market opens. And it was initial claims and continuing claims. And what these were pretty much reporting was how many people reported for unemployment for the first time, right? Initial claims, and how many are continuing to report for unemployment. And so, as you guys can see, what was actually reported. So prior, right, the prior initial claim was at 190K. What was expected was for it to go up, right, to 198,000 people filing for unemployment for the first time. What was actually reported was 211,000. So even more people, right, filed for unemployment for the first time than what was actually expected. So I know that sounds bad, but, as far as the market's concerned, this is actually a positive thing, right? Because if the goal of the Federal Reserve is to combat inflation by raising the interest rates, right, like they have been doing, if these reports are coming in, better than expected, then that would mean the Federal Reserve, right, is more likely to be more aggressive with the rate hikes because he's not seeing the effect on the economy that he wants to see, right, Jerome Powell. And so given that it actually came in more people reported unemployment, so that's actually a good thing for us in the market, right? It's showing the Federal Reserve Chairman that, maybe the economy is starting to feel these effects, right? And so of these interest rate hikes. And so maybe in the future, he may not have to be as aggressive, but ultimately, as you guys can see, the continuing claims was actually higher than expected, or higher than it previously was as well. So that's good news for us, right, in the market. And as you guys can see, that's why we did see that positive, push up all during the morning. And so as soon as this thing pushed up, right, and I saw that report, I thought that this was going to be a pretty bullish day today. And that's really where the mistake ended up coming, right? Once this thing pulled on back, I started to get into TQs and ride it up. But ultimately, as it started to become a little more overbought, right, I decided to lock in what I had. And then I kept trying to predict where SQs was going to end up falling, right? Because I saw it got rejected around the top VWAP here. And although I thought it could be a bullish day, I thought we were, going to pull on back like we did here before we eventually recovered. And so I was trying to predict exactly where this thing was going to fall, completely gave back everything I was up, right? Or I made money on TQs. I dug myself in a hole in SQs. And then once this thing started to sell off, right? Once it finally started to sell off, this is where I started to focus more on TQs. So I was literally on the wrong side of direction all day. I was being super impulsive, setting trades when I really shouldn't have, right? And just sizing up aggressively when just trying to predict where the top would be to time it right? So I would get burned trying to predict where this thing would fall on SQs. And then once it started to fall, I, kept thinking, okay, well, this thing can now start to actually pick back up, right? And so I focused on TQs. This thing fell. I lost everything I was up on TQs, right? And then it started to push. I started feeling good about this. I thought we were going to make new highs. That didn't happen, right? We got rejected and started to sell off. And me, right, being so naive, thinking that, oh, the market has to, recover because of the fact that the reports weren't as bad as, or weren't as, good technically as they, what was expected. So I thought that given that, they came in with more people reporting unemployment, I thought we were going to see a bullish day, to be honest, and I was very naive to think that this thing had to continue to push, right? Once it ended up pulling on back, I continuously tried to get into TQs. I did it once here, nope, didn't work out. Once here, nope, did it once again, right? And this one ended up playing out, but once it pushed on back down here, I continuously tried to predict where this thing was going to finally pop on the day. And what I should have done is taken a step back, realized, okay, this thing no longer made a new high here, right? And not only that, it pulled on back hard, and every single time it's breaking above the EMA, it's struggling to hold, right? It pushes up, struggles, falls, pushes up, struggles, fall, pushes up, struggles, falls. And I'm literally just, getting on the wrong side, trying to predict where the bottom is going to be, that I just dug myself, in a decent little hole today, down around $85 on the day, right? Trading wise, I believe. So I still kept it, under 1% loss, so I am grateful for that. But man, oh man, did I miss out on SQs. Like, look at this thing go. Just the potential to short the market today was absolutely beautiful. And so given how much we did fall today, right, it's no surprise that, Tesla and all of this long-term stocks I'm in were dying and causing the NASDAQ future to fall. And so that's pretty much why I'm down, a huge amount today. But at the end of the day, these are my long-term holds, right? And I don't necessarily plan on selling them unless we really start to sell off and break even. If we break this support on the long-term time frame, I, maybe would think about definitely reducing my position size. The main reason for that is, as you guys can see, every single time we bounced on the green SMA line, long-term for the NASDAQ, anytime we break above the EMA, we hold nicely. As you guys can see, we break above, we hold nicely. Pull on back, break above, hold nicely. Pull on back, break above, hold nicely. So we pulled on back to the green line. We've broken below it a few times actually. And now, right, that we broke above it, this thing is wanting to fall again. So that's not a really good sign for us long term, right? So that's definitely something I'm keeping an eye on. And if we do continue to fall, maybe break below the support, I may consider, reducing my position sizes on my long term just in case this thing dips more. I can buy it for a better price. But I'm not too sure on that yet, right? But I will definitely keep you guys updated on whatever it is I decide to do. But, heading into tomorrow, there's another huge report coming out, the non-farm payrolls and, the unemployment rate. All of these reports are going to come out an hour before market opens. And they're pretty important reports, guys. So whatever gets reported tomorrow will most likely, give the Federal Reserve Chairman a better idea of where the market's at, right? And heading into even next week, I believe we have a CPI data report on I believe Tuesday or Friday of next week. I have to double check, but that's going to be a huge report, right? Because if we see that inflation's going down, right, then that's good for everyone in the market going long. But if we see inflation is actually going up instead of down, right, then that's really bad news for us. And, I don't say that to scare you guys. I'm just saying it to look out for you because I want you guys to win just like I want to, right? But yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to keep you guys up to date about, right? So there is an important report tomorrow, hour before market opens, and we'll see how the market ends up reacting. But I will be posting a live recap, and I hope to see you guys then. Thank you guys so much for your time. If you guys enjoyed anything in this video, found anything informative, it really does mean a lot if you drop a like and subscribe. But if you have any questions at all, anything stock related, want me to break down a stock or a stock indicator for you, just drop a comment and I will be more than happy to do that. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys in tomorrow's recap. Take care and have a good rest of your day.